All right,
Yeah,
and here we are. From Illinois podcast.
Special
What's up,
guest
Bryce?
today, Bryce
We're
Ward.
chilling.
Yeah.
We're here from Kentucky, or from California.
Mm-hmm.
Flew in a couple days ago.
So how's the weather out there?
Hanging out with
right
the
now?
boys, 70.
70.
65, 70.
It's
It
65.
stays there. It stays about the same.
And it's January, right?
Yes.
Right.
It's January.
Yeah, check my arm watch.
But no, it's warm and like it stays the same year round.
Year round.
Yep, it rains like once or twice a month and then goes back to normal. Sunny skies.
So that seems like a pretty good deal to me.
Oh yeah.
I want to know, I know this happens in LA, but I want to know if it happens closer to where you are. So when it rains, apparently, like, because the, rain drainage system is so poorly designed in California that a ton of runoff happens every time it rains. And so, water and oil and all this shit, like, always, like gets shoved out to the roads and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. And
Is
like
that real?
I mean, honestly, I haven't spent enough time in like the cities to be able to like really give you a solid answer for that. But I mean, I do know like compared to here and like on the East Coast, like they do not have as much like they're not secure for water at all. But I mean, at the same time, they are next to the ocean, so I mean, I'm sure those houses and stuff are all like pretty bolted up and and there's like houses on like mountains and stuff like right next to the water, just like waiting to go in. So they're on stilts and like. And I don't even know, like, if there's a lot of hurricanes in California. I know it's, like, not even compared to Florida, but in California, I don't know if there's a lot of hurricanes or not. I mean, there hasn't been one there, like, since I've lived there.
Which is what, 3-4
4
years
now?
4 years.
Yeah.
This may sound stupid. Do they even
2016
get
is when I
hurricanes over
moved.
there? Like, on that side of the country?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even remember, like, hearing about a hurricane over there. But Florida definitely gets floored.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
That's
so
why they call
because
it Florida, actually.
Yeah. Oh,
They
really?
get floored by hurricanes.
Oh, yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
They do get floored, though.
Somebody
My
fact check
God.
that.
So the whole thing with hurricanes is that it's like, fuck. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, but please correct me if I am. There's like the difference between high and low pressure zones, like collide aggressively, like too aggressively for their own good, and then they just swirl and they keep gathering.
Isn't that a tornado?
Sounds
Same
right.
sort of thing. And I think like the West Coast's weather is too consistent for that to happen.
Okay.
But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm full of shit, but that's perhaps why.
Maybe. I have no idea. But they also...
Maybe the earthquakes like disrupt the cycle or something.
Yeah, they do have a lot of earthquakes. I felt one earthquake out there, but I mean, it wasn't extreme enough to like do anything. Like, it just rattled the walls and stuff. But I do know that there have been earthquakes, and people are like, "Did you feel the earthquake?" And then you're always like, kinda, like not really. But you know, there's just it depends. I think it all depends on like exactly where you are, because there's not enough for them to be like really intense. They're just intense in like certain areas.
Yeah.
Like for a slight second, and then it's over.
Right, because I don't know if there's a big fault line by you. I know there is in LA.
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Maybe. I mean, they had the movie about it, right?
There's
The
a movie
Rock.
about it?
I think so. It's a Titanic fault or something like that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
but
know.
The Rock did everything nowadays, so
Oh, okay.
Wait, the Rock's in a movie about an earthquake?
yeah. Like there's like an extreme earthquake in I don't know if it's the like United States or in California itself, but like the Rock like saves the day.
Is that Journey to the Center of the Earth?
No, that's with isn't Will Ferrell there?
No.
No, that's Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
yeah.
Land of the Lost. Yeah, but Journey to the Center of the Earth is good too.
Yeah.
Is Rock in that?
Yeah, I think he's in, he's in the newer one.
The newer
Rock's
one?
and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's in the original.
That dude's
No,
blowing
the
up.
original was Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
He's been blown up though.
Mm-hmm.
Who, The Rock?
Yeah.
He's pretty
yeah.
big, dude.
Oh, he's huge. Yeah. His dad was really big too.
Really?
Like into fitness, yeah.
Does he ever does he compete in like powerlifting competitions and stuff like that?
Nobody did the WWE wrestling.
Oh, really? The Rock did?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so, didn't he?
That's- funny.
That sounds right.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
WWE.
Where else do you get a name like The Rock?
That is true. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
It's a wrestler name.
Yeah, that is definitely a wrestler.
He needs a signature move
Yeah.
called the Boulder or the landslide.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Yeah,
like
right,
if we went there,
Or the
like I'm sure like
earthquake.
everyone screamed something and he just like rocked their planet. That would be awesome. Honestly, I thought WWE was all fake, but like the moves and stuff are fake, but they're actually I don't know if they're actually wrestling or if it is like I don't know. Like I don't know how they do that because it's more like show compared like you can't just like bolt someone with a chair.
I don't think it's staged. Like I don't think the outcome of the wrestling matches are staged,
Yeah.
but the moves are definitely staged. But those people still end up getting fucked up all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just crazy how they just get rocked with a chair and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
they get
right,
pushed
right.
out and like thrown into tables.
That's
and all
gotta
types of
hurt,
stuff.
like getting thrown out of that
yeah.
ring. Like how
It's all
tall
part
is
of the
that
job.
ring? Like 4 or 5 feet. Like if you fall and just land on your ribs or something.
Yeah, you're gonzo.
Oh, Jesus.
You're gonzo.
Oof. Yeah, that's rough, dude.
Well, credit.
Well,
where
I'm sure they
credit's
get some
due.
injuries there.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
Fighting-
yeah, a lot of guys don't make it. Like they never make it to retirement because they get hurt beforehand.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in California that do like the Muay Thai and like
Mm-hmm.
yeah. The owner at the gym that I work at is into that.
That's
and
cool.
he loves it. And there's a lot of gyms out there that open up just for like kickboxing and
Mhm.
Muay Thai and like all that types of stuff. Like there's a lot of fighting out there for sure.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Isn't it like there in Vegas? Like Southern California and Vegas are sort of the two big fighting
fighting?
places.
I mean, that's next to the movies.
You don't know? What?
I mean, it is next to like where you can do like all the movies and there's just like so much to do in California. Like,
Oh, yeah.
so
That makes sense.
yeah, like you can
Mhm.
literally drive 2 hours and you're in the snow, and then like you can drive 2 hours and be in the desert, and you can drive 2 hours or whatever, 20 minutes, and be in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's looking sweet.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Pretty unique place.
That explains why there's so many people out there.
Yeah, you guys loved it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
sweet.
definitely.
Yeah.
It was sweet.
It's really cool. The scenery's amazing.
hmm
That was my favorite part. It was
We
just-
lived in the frat house for that one part. That was fun.
Yeah.
That one time you came, and then Hannah and stuff came.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
Good time.
That was fun.
a lot of weed.
That was a lot of weed.
Oh yeah, so tell us about well, obviously your bodybuilding, but
Yeah.
your weed usage and bodybuilding.
So I think weed. I think there's something going on when you're stoned that help you just kind of give your mind a better connection to the muscle. But it's interesting because some people, not a lot of people, can work out while stoned, and it kind of affects them. Like they get more anxiety and they just want to like be a potato.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also the other aspect if you like go in with the mindset. And now there's so many strains of weed that like you can almost like predict what you're going to feel like in like while you're stoned. So like it's kind of like broken down. Like I don't know if alcohol has different feelings, but you know, like if you drink like a whiskey or a bourbon, like
Yeah,
if
not
you
really.
smoke a hybrid,
Yeah.
like if I smoke a hybrid before I work out, I definitely like feel more connected and more like in the zone. It brings me more to a mind and muscle connection.
Interesting.
Yeah. And that might just come from like 5 years of lifting, but I mean,
Could
I don't know.
definitely be onto something though.
yeah, like
Mm.
there's also like been companies that kind of introduce like CBD and THC while working out, and it's especially with how cannabis is growing, like that's
Yeah.
yeah.
It'd be cool if there's like a pre-workout like
Yeah,
that.
and like
There's
I
gotta
can
be.
But like the perfect amount, like the optimal amount for that mind to muscle connection, and it's just
Yeah.
in your
it just
pre-workout.
slows things down, and you're able to like not have to, I don't know, like nothing feels forced, and it's less snappy movement. So like when you kind of go up, there's less of like a snap to the movement, and it's more like slow control like movement. Like I feel like I can slow my tempos down better and like stay in that pain zone longer.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, and the pain isn't as
Interesting.
intense. Like I kind of ignore the pain a little bit better when I'm stoned. Like I'm just not figuring it, like totally focusing on that. Like I feel like sometimes like I can't dig as deep into that like pump zone or where it like really starts to burn.
Yeah, it's sort of like a declutter in your head, so you can just focus.
Exactly. And it's just like it kind of keeps the mind occupied rather than just occupied about the pain.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, like the mind's doing something, or it's like just not really numb, but it's just, I don't know.
Curious.
Stoned. Yeah.
I know there's something to CBD because there's a bunch of evidence out there.
I honestly
pointing
haven't
to
given
it's like,
CBD like enough try to like
Yeah.
be
I mean-
able to like give it a good judgment.
You get a little bit every time you smoke, so you're getting
That's
CBD
true.
because there's some amount in everything except dabs.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And see, that's another thing in California. Like they have that broken down. So like, you'll see like when you go into the dispensary, like it'll be like the THC like compared to the CBD percentage, or like how much THC percentage is in the dab cart or in the like in per nug or whatever. And it's crazy like how you can break down like the high that you really want, and like if you find a high that you like you can consistently like use that one to try to give you the best feeling. You know, and then
Yeah.
it becomes like you just don't really care, and that's when you like just continuously smoke, and it becomes like, you know, because it's so accessible out there. You just smoke. It's easier than getting like it's like going to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like you guys saw it. It's you just walk in, you leave, and it's there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're getting faced.
Yeah, but I think didn't it just get like, it got like legalized or discriminalized or something.
It's medical.
Decriminalized. Like it if you get pulled, or like if you have it, you won't get pulled over or whatever. Like you won't get you'll just get a ticket. You won't go to jail or anything.
In theory, yeah. Sometimes they just take it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they let you go.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they give you a ticket. It all just depends on the cop and like their mood and how they feel about weed at this point.
Yeah.
It's technically medically legal in Ohio, but the laws are real tricky. Like the list of diseases required to qualify for medical marijuana is pretty strict.
Yeah.
And once you get your card, which costs money to set up the appointment and get the card, and then you have to go buy the weed, which is more expensive than street prices right now.
In Ohio?
Yeah.
See, that's crazy because you can just go in. So, like, I like this one called Off the Charts Dispensary, and it's a medical dispensary. And, like, you walk in, and whoever's sitting at the front, like, comes in and she asks you for your ID, and you can buy your med card like soon as you go in there. Like it was $20. Like you get, like, you fill out this like waiver, and you just say like, oh, my knee hurt, or like I played baseball, my shoulder is like really bugging me or whatever. And something like, it doesn't even really have to be there, like it's just saying there, and you slide it back in, give her $20, and you have your med card. And you can use it anywhere. Like it's good for any medical dispensary. So maybe, I don't know if I could use it going into Ohio dispensaries, but
I feel like probably not.
Yeah,
It seems like
Is
it's
it a
per
per state thing?
Yeah.
I mean, the
right.
laws are, so I assume the
that's
qualifications
true.
are.
But I mean,
probably
it
are
is
as well.
medical. Like it's a medical prescribed by a doctor.
Yeah.
It'd be
yeah.
worth a shot.
And it's crazy
sure,
too,
yeah.
because like the dispensary, like they'll have someone, and then she'll ask you to go in, and someone like just comes up to you and is like, hey, like, what can I do for you? Like, how do you feel? Like, it's crazy how they have it like broken into those dispensaries. Like they have it all there. Into how you want to feel too. Like it's not just you go in, pick stuff like randomly.
Right.
Yeah. And I love that. That's really cool.
It's neat.
Yeah.
It seems, it just seems like the future. Like it would be nice, really, for like. Any
It's gonna be
drug.
everywhere. Like I feel like
Yeah.
weed is going to blow up in our generation. Like
It's on its way.
it's already
Yeah,
like
it's happening right now.
It's
Yeah.
like 16.
yeah. Like if you need to
recreational
invest in
states right now.
something, like
Yeah.
invest in marijuana. Like
Yeah. Especially in Kentucky, because we're gonna be one of the last. We can get on that shit so fast too.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah, but like
Yeah.
think about how many people, like it's almost weird if you meet someone that doesn't really even like fuck with weed compared to if people that do constantly smoke weed. Like it's crazy the amount of people out there that will smoke weed compared to the people that won't.
Yeah.
In some way, like consume THC, I should say. Like because there's edibles, there's liquid THC, there's dab, there's all types of THC now. Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
I know people like my dad and my mom would consume it if they didn't have to smoke it.
Yeah.
Like my dad is really put off by the idea of smoking something.
Yeah,
as
and that's
far
the
as
way
I
my
know.
dad has like kind of developed like his mindset. Like he smoked for a little bit, but then he wants to just move to more of the edibles route.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is safer, but I mean at the same time, like those hit really intense.
Right.
Yeah, like I would do like 50 to 70 milligrams, and like that sometimes would give me a little anxiety attack. Like it can get intense because you're digesting all that. It's not just like straight to the lung, straight out. Like and
Yeah.
it's only in there for like a second, and then you blow it out.
I can't imagine a lot of these edibles are like FDA approved, right? Like,
No, no.
I can't imagine that the dosing is 100% consistent. Like
I mean,
every pack, you know.
Shit, dude, like they're pretty, like, I don't know. Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I'm just not sure. Have you
Yeah.
taken enough edibles to know?
I
Like,
mean,
do you
yeah,
know
I've
if
taken
you
a
look
lot
at
of
a number?
edibles, but I mean, like, it is pretty consistent. Like, if you see that it has like 5 milligrams of THC per gummy, like, you can kind of like see how many milligrams it actually takes for you to get stoned. You know, and then that's where you can start using edibles for like working out. But unfortunately, I only think they make edibles for sativas and indicas. Like,
so there's no hybrid.
no, I don't think so.
edibles.
I could be wrong there, but and that's just not really my thing. I really like hybrids before I work out.
Gotcha.
Don't
Yeah.
edibles make your body feel different too?
Yeah, like I feel like a whole like trembling. Like sometimes like I'll have this like if I get too stoned like with edibles, like I'll start to like kind of shake. Like it's weird. Like it's like a bunch of muscle like twitches and stuff. Like it's
Yeah.
really weird. Like, And it only happens in particular with edibles. Like, it just hits me like no other.
It's weird. I feel like it just varies person to person.
It does.
Yeah.
It does, definitely. Like, I've just, like, seen so many times where someone could take, like, 200, like, 300, and they're completely okay. But if they go 50, 70, and it also depends on, like, the brand you get, too. You know, like, there's some brands out there that are just way more powerful than others. And I think, like, cookies and chocolates and all those, they hit way harder than, like, a gummy would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you mix them, and then that's when it gets, like, kind of crazy.
Nothing to base this off
you'll
of.
eat like 3 or 4 cookies, and then you're like, it's still not hitting me. So you eat these little like 5 milligram gummies, and it just like
Fucking blast
all of a
off.
sudden
Yeah.
it's just like wow.
Well, and also there's the classic. A lot of people especially when they first eat edibles, they don't know that you have to wait, and then they just keep fucking.
Well, they just keep eating, or
Yeah.
they just don't think that they're
I
high
don't feel
enough,
it.
and then all of a sudden they just get rocked.
That happened to me.
Gotta let it digest.
Yeah. We were hanging out on the beach. I took like.
Oh, this is in California?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When I was out there.
Yeah.
When we hung out on the beach one night, and I ate like half a bag of gummy edibles before we left.
That'll do it.
And then
That'll do it,
like
don't
like an hour and a half went by, and I was cool. So I ate the rest of them, or like a quarter or something, like some amount.
Yeah.
And when we were in the car heading home, my vision started like going. I was like, I was tired as well. But it
Yeah,
was
like
nuts.
I honestly think I have hallucinated while, like my first edible experience, I think I hallucinated, but it was like a 900 milligram edible, and like it was with my friend Jonathan Clark, and we called him Buddha in baseball, but we ate this edible and we were just chilling at my house, and we went outside, we were feeling good, and then all of a sudden like we reached a peak, and like I swear to God to you, like he just sat like crisscross applesauce staring at himself in the mirror. Like, for no joke, like 2 or 3 hours, like while I played video games for an hour, and I looked back and I was starting to trip out too. Like I started to get that tremblingness, and like your heart increases, and you just start to get more internal anxiety more than outside anxiety. So like you feel like your body's like failing like inside, but you don't really have any external anxiety. So like you're not really tripping about your dad coming in and seeing it, or you're not really worried about like whatever would happen externally, like the cops coming or something.
Right.
And I laid down, and eventually there was a lock. Like when you know how like when you look at a light and you turn your head and there's like that color, and then it stays when when you open your eyes real quick, it like looked like that over and over and over again, like for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I fell asleep, and then all of a sudden like I woke up and it was gone, and I was like completely sober. It was so weird. Like it was the strangest thing, and like I know Buddha like was definitely tripping sack.
Yeah.
Because I've never watched a man like just sit crisscross applesauce staring at himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a party.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was so much fun though. Like that first experience was just gnarly, and like it was 900 to 1,000 milligrams each of us. It was this like true moo cookie, and the cookies always hit way harder than the fucking
By the
gummies.
fucking milk company? The True Milk
No,
Company?
no, it
different
was like
thing? Okay.
yeah, it was like
Is it like high school lunch milk? Is that
Yeah.
true?
Yeah.
yeah, that is
Nasty.
true moo. That
Yeah,
is true
yeah.
moo.
Oh man, the Kroger chocolate milk just shits on it all day.
Yeah.
It's
But
not
there's
even
something that
close,
like about
but-
that school chocolate milk that just hit different sometimes.
I don't know. I just maybe I was in the minority there, but
Did you pack your lunch? Were you packed
yeah,
lunch?
I
or-
packed my lunch.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Oh, that's right. You was brought like tuna and salmon and shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
I think I had school lunch my freshman year of high
But you were
school.
trying to diet, huh? Like in
yeah,
high school?
Yeah, I was dieting super hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do? Like, what did you kind of do with the diet?
I ate pretty lean for especially my senior year.
Yeah.
I would pack like turkey and like fruit and shit like that.
Yeah.
Just like lean stuff, like very light carbs.
Yeah.
Light fats.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, dude. What is your like area of exercise? Like I know there's like bodybuilding,
Hypertrophy.
and there's
Like-
powerlifting, and there's
I really enjoy like weight loss and hypertrophy because like I feel like
what's that word mean?
hypertrophy means like building muscle, and then there's atrophy, which is like the decrease of muscle. So
Mm.
I think I really like building like muscle mass, not necessarily strength. Like I can help the client build strength, but I think the peak of like what I can do like is best at building muscle mass and like muscle size.
Gotcha.
You know, like making lean muscle, not just like there's like I was kind of telling you guys before, like the kind of like pokey looking muscle, like the not really like lean, but they're they're large and they have
like
muscle, but
almost
they have
balloony.
yeah, they look kind of like not like balloony,
if you will, not
yeah,
literally.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but like, and those guys are usually like really strong. They look like powerlifters, and like that's awesome. But I feel like I like more of the bodybuilding type style, like just pumping blood and just getting blood in there, like at all costs.
Is there a rivalry between powerlifters and bodybuilders?
Oh, well,
is that a thing?
Nah, not really. It's
Okay.
more like powerlifters versus powerlifters, and
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's just bodybuilders.
yeah, and like it's weird because the style of training like is different in like the two styles, like rest tempos and like how you work out during the training, and of course like nutrition. Like I'm sure powerlifters rack up their calories, but bodybuilders, you're constantly shifting it to make your body like look the best. Like there's always different things you can do, and you have to like kind of find what works best with your body, so you're not only like just lifting. Like the bodybuilding is really strict with the diet, and like it's more like you're only training for like an hour to 45 minutes to 2 hours, like, and you have the whole rest of your day for like you have to be able to maximize what you're doing here, and eating is also training. So like you're still working out, like you're still training to be better while you're eating.
You're on the clock always.
Yeah, like you're always trying to improve that. Like I feel like there's no other sport that really requires like
a complete lifestyle change.
Like
like 24/7 effort.
Yeah, like
basically.
they're like, and you have to memorize like how certain foods like react to your body. Because you have to see like which ones work better, like what carbs are like make me feel the fullest, like which carbs like are making me feel, like you can kind of like just use science to a degree, you know what I'm saying? And then you have to kind of find out which ones are the best for your body.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So like in theory, pasta works better than rice for some people, or like brown rice works
I really
better
like
than
white rice,
or
like white
something?
jasmine rice for like a workout, like carbohydrates that are going to burn pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's like different types of carbohydrates that you should consume at different times. So, and there's also like it's more of like the timing of the carbohydrates when you go throughout your day.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to like more carbohydrates before you do resistance training, and it depends also on like the type of training you're doing too. Like you don't want to just like if you're going out, I don't know, like there's just more to the type, like if you have to know the type of style you're training in order to eat the certain way you need.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna go out and get a big lift in, I want something that's
But if you're gonna
digest
go out
fast.
and like go do a marathon run,
and you want one that's gonna slow burn.
Yeah, or like you want to like increase your fat, you know what I'm saying, or try to get more electrolytes in like while you're racing. And I honestly think like the electrolytes is something that people don't really take an issue to. Like Gatorade is so useful, and like I just don't see enough people like they stem away from it because it has a lot of sugar and a lot of carbohydrates.
Yeah, but that's like,
It's like
if
as long as you
you're
burn it,
if you're really training, then you need that shit.
Yeah,
for sure.
and if you're working hard in these like extreme athletes, like they need like those electrolytes to be able to stay hydrated like fully. And then BCAAs is definitely should be consumed during your workout or after your workout or at some point.
Yeah.
Like there's different BCAAs that can be consumed at different times, but I definitely recommend like trying to get BCAAs in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like there's intra workout BCAAs, and there's also like I like to get them. I'll take my BCAAs and mix it with Gatorade, and that's what I'll drink, and then I'll have like a little water.
Gotcha.
And I think that's like it keeps my body going, and it also increases my pump. Like I have that constant like rehydration, and with the sugar you're still getting more glycogen as you work out, and glycogen isn't as effective like the moment you put it in. Like if you wait 2 hours, like you're supposed to eat your pre-meal, wait like an hour to 2 hours before you work out, like let it get digested and like into the muscle and everything else, and then like take your pre-workout like 30 minutes before and then work out.
Gotcha.
So like the carbohydrates that you're digesting like with the Gatorade isn't working as well as from the like, so it's helping, yeah, to a degree the carbohydrates are, but it's not helping as well.
Yeah.
So it's more for the electrolytes and rehydration. But then at the same time there's BCAA complexes that have the hydration in it. So like the Seth Feroce, the grind, that one has like a hydration complex. So you don't like, I still recommend the Gatorade for the carbs, but yeah, a lot of them already have it in it.
I've noticed some people at my gym will like eat gummy snacks during their workout. Is that effective?
I mean,
I essentially
don't
doing the same thing.
Yeah, like it's just putting carbs in. I don't.
Yeah,
and like I guess it would help increase the pump, but and you're increasing your insulin, so it's gonna help like break down glycogen.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can see that, like it could maybe like help a pump because you're breaking down glycogen faster. But I like to consume the carbohydrates after, and then like have the little insulin spike. So like you'll have the 40-gram protein shake or 24-gram protein shake or whatever you like are doing, and you eat like 60 grams to 35 grams of gummies, like carbohydrates, and they have sugar, so it's spiking your insulin at the same time. And with like breaking down glycogen, it's going to help protein synthesis. And it's really good to make sure that you have protein and carbohydrates together. Don't just have protein by itself. So after a workout, like don't just consume the protein shake, like have the protein with carbohydrates, like protein, milk, and like a bagel with jelly.
And this is all towards reaching the goal of building mass.
Yeah, and this is just like, like building muscle.
That would be like a good regiment. Yeah, if you were trying to build mass, that would be
and like I've been following that for the 3 years now, and it's massive improvement. And like the bodybuilders that I have been around, like that's typically in like the nutrition classes, like you want to have glycogen with your protein after your workout. Like you just depleted all your glycogen, you have no more energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you just depleted a lot of your glycogen, like a lot of your stores for energy to the ATP like production. So you have to restore those.
Yeah.
So you eat glycogen immediately after, and then wait 2 hours to an hour and a half, like get that little grumpy feeling, and you'll start to like that's like a kind of help boost natural testosterone.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can help like slowly build your natural.
Why you get hangry?
I mean, I don't know if it's directly with that, but I'm sure like if you're feeling a little hangry, like it could be like.
No, I mean, is that why you put it in your plan?
Yeah, like
why you wait 2 hours?
Yeah, like I'll wait 2 hours to naturally like try to increase my testosterone.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty
instead
cool.
of like trying to supplement things to increase my testosterone.
Huh. Okay. That's neat. Do you know?
And again, the timing. Like I was going back to the timing. So like the timing of when you eat your meals can affect like your hormones.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Totally. Do you know anything about? I noticed. I mean, it makes sense, but I've noticed that golfers are usually real small, like in terms of mass and stuff. Like, do you know if they work
baseball
out?
players aren't very like big either. Like, look at like Jose Altuve. Like he's like 5, like
I'm a dick about baseball.
5'5", like he's literally like 5'6", 5'7", and he's crushing home runs. Like I feel like it's more about like form with those and like how you're like certain muscles that are strong, like they just have that really quick like fast whip motion. I don't know. And like I mean, but if you look at Mike Trout, like he's just a straight tank. Like he's just a thick boy, but at the same time he's able to move his hips and like his hands like that fast to be able to hit like that.
I guess I'm just sort of curious.
And that's when it comes into like fast twitch and slow twitch fibers. Like it's like that's a whole different ball game. Like those athletes are just genetically like completely blessed. Yeah, any professional athlete is just genetic freakazoids. Like they are just so blessed. Yeah, like it's crazy. Someone like a baseball is moving at almost like 100 to 102 mile an hour, like sometimes. Yeah, and they're able to make contact with that. Like that's ridiculous.
Consistent.
Like that's ridiculous. And like some of them can move. Like balls will move at 80, like 85, 86 mile an hour, and that's ridiculous.
How often do people break bones in baseball from getting hit? Or fracture or any kind of like.
I mean, honestly, pitchers are so good that like they're able to dial it in, and not most of the time they're not meaning to aim in things that are purpose. Like it's not purposely like, oh, I'm gonna drill this dude's elbow and just like completely explode it. You know, like
I'm sure that's happened before, but it's not common.
It's not common, and now they have like the Evo Shield stuff, and they have the gear to be able to protect themselves.
That's good.
You know, so like a lot of bones and like a lot of that stuff has been kind of put by the wayside. In the rules now, like you can't. There used to be like you could deck the catcher. Like I don't think you can even touch the like.
Charging the mound, baby.
Yeah, you can't really like deck the catcher to try to get the ball out when you slide in a home.
Yeah, okay.
You know, like that rule is completely eliminated.
Gotcha. That was so cool though. There's been some cool plays where people just, just mess up the catcher.
Yeah, that was like the Pete Rose era and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like you could completely like when you're coming in from third, roll like try to run over the catcher to get him like get the ball knocked out.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
You know,
so basically a contact sport at that point. Too.
Yeah.
A real sport.
Shit.
Hockey.
Yeah, yeah.
Hockey.
Yeah, you played
Hockey's
hockey
sick.
for a while.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I played like 2 seasons and then I did a summer camp.
Yeah.
The summer camp was gnarly because
Yeah.
that was like people travel to come to Oxford, Ohio,
Yeah.
to do the Miami hockey camp thing.
Yeah.
So those people were real fucking good.
And there's a lot of talented individuals. Like, 'cause
yeah,
it's
they
from
taught
all
me
over.
so much.
Yeah.
Like, cause my team was okay, but we weren't amazing by any stretch of the margin. And when you get with all these other guys, they're like, "Oh, dude, you're doing
You're
that
like,
wrong.
"Oh
You're doing
my
that wrong. You're doing that."
God."
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't
well, they've been
know.
doing it forever.
Yeah, I didn't know for the longest time that like your skate needs to be like completely locked onto your foot,
Yeah.
or like if you fall the wrong way, you'll break your ankle for sure.
Yeah.
And I was doing that for like a year, 2 years before I did the camp, and then they taught me to like wrap the skate, and if it's too big, you know, if that's what you got, you just got to wrap it in tape until it stops moving.
Until it's like tight enough.
Yeah,
Wow.
or you'll just break your ankle if you get
Yeah.
fucked up. Because I almost did. Like one time I got knocked down, and I slid from past the half field line all the way down to the other side of the board, and I like my legs like crunched upward, and it nothing happened. I was good, but like you know,
Barely.
it could have like fucked me up if
Yeah.
I just hit it the wrong way.
Well,
or
and you broke
something.
your arm. Didn't you break your arm? You broke your
Yeah,
arm
but I
ice
was just
skating,
dicking
though.
around. Yeah, I wasn't
I
playing
was there for that
hockey.
one.
Yeah.
I was there for that one.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
yeah.
I wish I had played hockey.
No,
when I
you
was
were a
younger.
lacrosse boy.
Yeah, I was, but I feel like I would have liked hockey more.
Maybe, but you went pretty hard in lacrosse.
I did go pretty hard, but my eyes are so bad. That was something that was holding me back in lacrosse. But in
Yeah.
hockey, I could just
It's not much different in
deck
hockey.
people though.
Little black pug.
But you're allowed to fight a little more in hockey.
You can fight. Yeah. They,
Yeah.
like
Like
won't
more than in
stop you
lacrosse.
for
I
that
mean.
long. Like you can probably get 3 punches in before a ref starts.
And there's a lot of
stopping you.
decking in
most of the
hockey
time.
too. Like you just run
Yeah,
people over.
right.
Like they're
And
full sprinting. Like
Right
just
around the time
running
that we were
Yeah.
playing lacrosse, that's when the game was hardcore shifting to what they said a gentleman's game.
Mm.
So they were taking away a bunch of the decking rules.
Yeah.
Mm.
Look at
Like-
football now.
Like the second year I played, the rules were like, you could no longer just like, kill people. Basically.
yeah, and it's not, you can't like just use your the
Well, you're not allowed to check people like this. You have to.
yeah yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is a cross check. That's like
Yeah.
everybody knows that if you do that, you're asking for blood.
Yeah, right. Because
Yeah.
there's just too much like momentum. You know what
Oh
I mean? Like,
yeah, and
when
it's
you
like
can
a
hold the stick
full-
that hard
yeah.
without,
man.
you have that tight fulcrum. You can just.
Oh yeah,
No,
and
but
it's like
lacrosse
in
was
between.
so fun. Not trying to take away from that because it was
Yeah.
a really fun sport.
Oh yeah.
I just wish I had also played hockey.
I wonder if
Yeah.
skating is easier than running.
No.
Like, I wonder if it's less intensive on your body. I mean, once you get used to it, like,
I
as
would
someone
have
that's
to
been
say
playing
so.
I
both
feel
for
like-
a year, I
Yeah,
wonder if
it's
hockey
gotta
players
be.
exert themselves less than
But I feel like
lacrosse
at the same
players.
time, like we're meant to run. Like
Right, but
our
if you
bodies
build up
have more-
momentum on skates, it's like push, and you're like digging, and you're using your legs.
Yeah.
and
That
then
is
you're
true.
gliding.
That is
fast.
true.
And then
just,
if
like,
you're
more
running in
gliding.
lacrosse, you sprint all the way down, and then the ball goes back, and then you sprint all the way back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where you got to stay hydrated.
Yeah, and then but in
Yeah.
hockey, you just like still got that momentum. I'm gonna
That's
give a
true.
couple more
Sorta.
pushes.
That is true.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, that's tricky. Like,
Probably a crude
it's
example.
not always
but
the best. Yeah.
I
get
feel
what you're
like
saying.
to answer your question, you would probably use less energy to move around
In hockey.
Yeah, if you're an
Yeah.
advanced skater, like in theory, the goal is to be able to get from one end of the rink to the other in one push.
Yeah.
Some people can actually do that, and it's not that hard if you're just good. Like if you're
Yeah.
experienced.
Genetically blessed humans.
Yeah.
They're just blessed.
With
Yeah,
a little bit of
there's your answer right
discipline.
there. You can get from one end to the other with one push.
I mean, you don't go fast, but you
Right,
get
but
there.
you get there.
Yeah. So if you do three pushes and
It's
you're
easy.
good, you'll be down there in like less than 10 seconds, less than
Mhm.
5 seconds.
I got pretty decent at ice skating when we went, like consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna get that bad.
It was fun.
That's what we should do before it gets warm.
Yeah,
Go
you guys
ice
want to go
Go
skating?
ice
Yeah.
skating.
Yo.
I need to buy wrist
be
braces
shit,
first
though.
though,
Let's
because
go
if I break my
today.
wrist, I am just like kill me.
Yeah, same.
Just
You
kill
can wear
me.
my wrist
Yeah.
brace.
We all desperately need our wrists.
Yes,
We're
we
not
do.
messing around here.
I gotta do curls.
Yeah, right.
That might be about our time. It's 3:31.
3:31.
Sanjeev
Yeah.
has work at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing out there, Sanjeev?
Pretty good, baby.
Young GV.
Thanks for being out there and running all this shit, man. Absolutely. Appreciate it. You're a god, dude.
This man
Figured it.
This man made some killer omelets this morning.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
I think this is the first podcast we've done that we haven't drank beer. during.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
I mean,
okay.
I'm-
with
I mean,
me,
I'm
though.
kinda
It's good.
stoned.
Yeah, I'm good.
It's like medium
I'm a little
sizzle.
stoned.
What is it that he says at the beginning of Pineapple Express? It kills me. It's like
I haven't
I
seen
feel
that
like
movie
a-
forever.
like a hot piece of melting butter running down the top of a hot stack of flapjacks. It's something like that.
It's such a stoner movie.
But it's
I
Bill
love
Hader.
it.
It's so funny.
Yeah. That guy's hilarious. Oh shit. Well, anything else? You
So
got
has the band thing been pretty difficult during like COVID?
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's impossible to make money unless you already have a developed fan base,
Mm-hmm.
and we're still working on it. So it's like we're sort of stuck doing regular jobs and building up whatever we can in the meantime, so that when the gates open, we can
Go through with it.
head out running. Yeah. I mean, we've developed the studio just about completely.
Yeah.
So that's been a huge step. We'll be able to do our own music without spending $1,000 to go do a song.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just start pumping out songs.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
be fun.
That would be cool.
Which would be great because then we can spend our money on like more gear and
Better-
travel costs
better
and
merch.
doing stuff. Right.
Yeah.
Better merch.
I want good merch.
Is the ticket though to like try to get as many gigs as you can?
Pretty much all the money is in live
Sorta.
shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. The money is in touring.
Like, do you
and
get any
merch
money from
sales.
Spotify?
You get about
like
0.006 cents for a stream.
0.0013. So it's like 1,000th of a cent per stream.
Damn.
Basically, you have to make millions of streams a month to get any sort of revenue out
Like
of that.
decent ones.
We've gotten like $50.
That's still not
like
bad.
over
like,
a whole year, we got like $50.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
1 year, $50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
After we spent like $1,600 on the recording, we got $50 back on our return. It's like sick.
That's funny.
Sick.
No, yeah, but it's all in merch sales now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people
oh,
go
yeah,
out
I'm
on
sure.
tour.
Ticket sales
and
are
then,
dead.
You know,
Mhm.
you don't have to pay your label or whoever the fuck if you're selling merch.
It is merch.
Spotify can't take your money when you're selling your merch.
That is true.
There are some. This is actually a thing, and I can't decide if I think it's okay or not. But I know Bogarts does it. They sometimes on big artists, they'll take a cut of your merch.
Yeah.
They'll take like 10% of your merch, which is like all your money now. Like cause
Like 10% of your merch, like income?
of all your merch sales, yeah, they take
damn.
10%
Yeah,
of
so
it.
if you
which,
sell $100,000 worth of merch, they're taking 10 grand from you.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just I can't tell if it's like well, they're providing quite the service by like giving you a sound guy and giving you all the stuff.
Yeah, it's a give and take. I mean, you couldn't have the show without the venue, so I mean,
Yeah.
you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But it's like they're already fucking your tickets. Like they're already taking X amount % of your tickets.
True,
If
and
you're a
they're
big
making
band, I mean, they'll take some percent
A
out of your tickets.
ton of money from the bar.
Right.
That's
right.
that's where all the venues make their money. Is
Bar.
when you bring
Bars,
a crowd
yeah.
in, they're making some off the tickets, but everybody's drinking.
So like, think about it. You can get like a 12-pack of PBR for less than $10,
Mm-hmm.
and a PBR at Bogarts is $7 or $8.
Jesus.
So the markup is like 500-600%. It's
Mhm.
crazy. It's
Wow.
So
not
if you
even
can
real.
like convince a club owner, like, hey man, I'm gonna make sure like I'm gonna get this amount of people here, and they're all gonna drink, and then you prove it to them. You go out and you play the show, and they all come up, and they all drink, and the club owner makes money. Then they'll have you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just got to keep doing that and keep like proving yourself and proving that you can sell tickets and like basically
going.
make them money. Like
Yeah.
I'll make you money if you let me play here.
Yeah.
And then that's how you get the gigs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Essentially.
Dang. So you need alcoholics. You just need to invite a bunch of alcoholics.
Yeah, well that's why we couldn't get shit for gigs when we were like 18 years old because all of our crowd couldn't drink.
Yeah.
No
But
one
now,
wanted us.
now we're old enough.
Now that all of our friends are starting to turn 21, I think we're gonna have a little bit of an easier time doing that. But,
Yeah,
you know, it's still gonna be
100%.
tough. But
So is it like best to play at like more bar situations? or
bottom
more-
line, you want to play in a room that you can fill.
Yeah.
No matter
Yeah.
what the size is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because if you have 200 people show up to a 5,000 capacity or 500 capacity room,
Mm-hmm.
it's a big crowd. There's 200 people there, but the room isn't full.
Right.
But then if you pack 50 people into a 50-person capacity and it's full shoulder to shoulder, that's going to be a way better show.
Right.
People
There-
want that intensity.
Yeah.
There is I don't know what it
Intensity.
is.
Everyone
Yeah,
wants intensity.
everybody
wants
Yeah,
intensity.
But there is a fucking ratio between distance between people and how hard they dance and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like if the farther apart they are, they're just gonna stand there and like watch your show and be like, yeah.
It's
But if,
something
if
about,
everyone's like packed in like sardines, they'll go crazy.
It's like
if you
losing
tell
your
them to and
identity.
stuff
Like
that.
nobody can see you.
Yeah,
You're
right.
submerged
There
in
was
the
one
crowd. You
time
can go-
like
you can
there was
go
a
nuts.
screamo band like play before you guys played, and like they were just moshing like crazy in there.
It's probably a Thompson House then.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, I'm probably.
it was awesome.
Yeah. That's funny, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, band stuff and COVID is rough. And in our particular position and others like us, just because we don't have like a giant following to lay back on or like really
Yeah, but it's
communicate with.
growing.
It's like, yeah, it grows
Yeah.
every day. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
consistency
Yeah.
is the.
It's the
biggest
same thing with my little business. Like,
Yeah.
it starts slow and you have to slowly build it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a slow process, but it sucks.
Right
but,
now
you
we're
know,
just sitting in
sometimes-
traffic basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just waiting to get up there past the whatever's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it sucks too because, like with COVID, like it's stopping everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just
You can't
about.
really like just like it's not as easy to do anything.
Yeah, that's why we started doing this. We hadn't. I mean, I had
Like the
thought-
podcast?
Yeah, we started
Yeah.
doing this podcast because it's like, well, we're gonna be inside all the time, and we need to
Might as well use our
release
mics.
something, and,
Let's just talk
and it's
hang
fun,
out.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's
Agree.
also just a great time. so
Yeah, it's fun and it's cool to like learn like how to use this stuff.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like,
And
I'm
we get
sure
to
you
meet
guys
super
already
cool
do,
people.
but
We talked to the guy who started Bunbury. And
Yeah.
He started like all these big festivals in Cincinnati, and
Yeah.
it was so cool. He had incredible insight.
that is
into
cool.
the
You brought him
music
in here.
industry. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, he's sitting in that chair.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it was cool. You know, a lot to say.
Yeah.
pluses and
Just, like,
minuses.
Good advice,
Mhm.
you know.
Oh, I'm sure.
Some of these dudes just figure out how to like maneuver and like basically just get the job done.
Yeah.
Like, he knew how to do it.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Is there like any big is there any big questions you have like but, like going back to the fitness thing, is there any like huge questions you have like going into training?
Training as in like training muscles or like my training?
Well, both. Like
Uh,
like I feel like I don't know. Like you're going for more like just muscle building right now.
yeah, I want to start like my
Like,
my,
lower
my
body
for
fat.
real bodybuilding.
Yeah, like
Deal.
building muscle.
Like I've always been totally gung ho about like being fit and like you know
Yeah.
staying strong, but like now I want to actually like sculpt my body
Yeah,
like for real. Like
right.
it's so much fun. I really love it.
Oh, dude, it's addicting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt.
It's really
you just
addicting.
feel so good all the time. Like
yeah,
you're-
you feel really good, and it like helps with confidence. Like I
Yeah,
feel
no-
like I'm more
yeah.
of a confident person when I feel fit, and like
Mhm.
I feel more energized. And
Totally.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest takeaway for me is like it's good to look good and be in the gym all the time, but like mentally and physically feeling good is so important to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm just
like,
so much more
mentally.
productive and happier. When
And
I'm
it's just
healthy.
easier to take care of yourself. Like
Yeah.
if you feel
Yeah.
like you're consistently like taking care of yourself, like it just eventually becomes your life, like, your
Mhm.
lifestyle. Like
Well-
it's second nature.
I think that's the ultimate goal for training, really.
Yeah,
It's
just
like
make
you,
it a
you want to
lifestyle.
set up people's lifestyle to just be healthy.
And yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what people don't take into account about training is that you're not only just coming in, working out, leaving. Like I'm not just teaching you how to work out. Like I'm showing you how to like shift your mindset to be able to sustain the lifestyle that you're asking for.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
Like so
that's
you
a great way to put it.
Yeah,
you
I
come
mean,
you
yeah.
come into me and you give me a goal, like you give me 4 or 5 goals and you tell me your lifestyle and it's like nowhere near it. And like sometimes it aggravates them that like you kind of have to get into like some of the like regular routines that they do. Like you kind of have to stop the different habits and move to different habits to be able to go to the goals that you want. And like that's the hardest part is being able to take someone's life, like changing their mind and being able to like think this way to make them go towards that goal.
Mhm.
And it's hard to break the habits that they've been doing for so long.
Totally.
You know?
It's just human nature, really.
And it's just human nature. Like
Yeah.
we love to be in habits. Like we love to be in like a routine. Like we love to be in like doing. I don't know. Like we love habits. Like we always.
We're basically robots.
Yeah. Like we like when things are in line. Like we like when things are organized. Like we like when things like we have a to-do plan. You know. Like we
Mhm.
like consistency in our day. Like we
Yeah.
like to just go to one place to the another.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. And that's what's hard is you have to take some of their lifestyle things that they've been like doing forever and try to switch it to doing something towards their goal.
Right.
Right.
And
Yeah,
the
and
hardest
then-
part to any project is just getting started. That's half the work.
Getting started and like people like really have hard time getting past like even like the 2-month mark. Like sometimes you'll get like people and they'll change within a month and they'll
Mhm.
go really hard and they'll work really hard and they'll change their diet really fast. Like but some other people like it takes 2 to 3 months for them to start seeing like real body changes because not only is their body changing like physically, but like there's other things that are changing first. Like nerves are changing, like just overall hormones are starting to change. Like
Mhm.
there's things that are changing first for before muscle mass is even created. Like 2 or 3 months after is when you see real muscle mass results.
Yeah.
Like it takes a while first, and like there's a lot of things going on before that time, and people get dismotivated because they won't see much change.
Mhm.
But then that's why you have to hire a trainer so it goes a little bit faster and you're working out with a technique that's able to get you to that goal faster.
Yeah.
Not really faster because it's different for every person. So,
But faster comparatively to doing it alone.
yeah, if you're doing
without instruction.
correct, like if
Yeah.
you're getting instructions from someone that's been lifting for 6 to 8 years, like they know what they're, you know what I'm saying, and they got, and like just someone, there's other people that have been lifting for 20, like 25 years, like those people, like if you have someone like that to be able to just tell you what to do and like you just kind of go with it, it's so much easier than just kind of like trial and error as you go.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of like where I came from. I was just like watching YouTube videos and like Instagram videos, and then I found a trainer. And once I found that trainer, like that's what really pushed me over plateaus after plateau after plateau. And now like I definitely recommend like trying any type of training and any type of trainer. Like they will show you like their type of training, and then like you can kind of put your best judgment to the type of training that it works best for your body. And like feels best for you.
Yeah, man.
Because there's trainers that like do well with any type of exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like anything else.
Where can people find you, dude? Let's wrap this up. It's like your Instagram, all your social media accounts.
Instagram, Bryce Ward _8, and then self-made training facility in San Marcos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Self-made training facility.
San Marcos, California.
All right.
92069.
Sweet, man.
Is it the area code?
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
I like it over there. It's a good environment, good energy, great people.
This has been awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks for sitting down and talking to us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bryce.
Glad we could do this little vacation too.
Yeah, dude, I
Fucking
needed this.
Needed to see you again. Yeah.
Definitely needed like just to chill out. Needed a break. Needed to do my own thing for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I need to see the fam.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because
All
it's
right.
COVID right now.
It's just like taking an off day from weightlifting. You know?
Yeah, it's like taking a whole off day from working out. And
But it's
everything.
like all this. It's everything.
Yeah, it's a mental clarity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go get a pump on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go
work
lift.
out.
Yeah.
Let's go. But we need
Wrap
to try
this
to
shit
get
up.
into somewhere.
We'll figure that out.
We can figure it out.
Figure
Peace.
it.
Later, guys.